Beyond bricks and mortar, the true scope of rebuilding Syria, the Syrian conflict has left a trail of devastation in its wake. Rebuilding the nation goes far beyond simply replacing shattered windows and crumbling walls. It demands a comprehensive approach that tackles deep-rooted social, political, and economic challenges. This reconstruction must prioritize the needs and dignity of the Syrian people above all else. Without this, any progress made will be superficial and ultimately unsustainable. Rebuilding homes and infrastructure is undeniably crucial. However, we must also focus on healing the wounds of conflict that run much deeper. This means addressing trauma, fostering reconciliation, and creating opportunities for economic empowerment. The international community has a moral obligation to support the Syrian people in this endeavor. A stable, prosperous, and democratic Syria is not just a dream, it is a necessity for regional and global security. Laying the foundation, the need for a transitional government. A cornerstone of rebuilding Syria is the establishment of a legitimate and inclusive transitional government. This government must have the trust of the Syrian people and the recognition of the international community. Its mandate should be clear to guide Syria through a peaceful transition to a democratic system. This transition must be founded on the principles of human rights, the rule of law, and good governance. Such a government should ideally be composed of Syrian intellectuals and leaders who have the experience and vision to navigate this complex process. It's crucial that this government has the backing of key international actors. Their support will be vital for providing technical expertise, financial assistance, and diplomatic engagement. The road to democracy will be long and arduous. However, with a strong and legitimate transitional government at the helm, Syria can begin its journey toward a brighter future. Security. First, guaranteeing stability for reconstruction. Security is paramount for any successful reconstruction effort. The Syrian people need to feel safe in their homes and communities before any meaningful rebuilding can take place. Unfortunately, the Syrian landscape remains volatile. Various armed groups, foreign powers, and internal conflicts continue to pose significant security threats. Addressing this requires a multi-pronged approach. Firstly, a negotiated settlement between the Syrian government and moderate opposition groups is essential. This dialogue must be inclusive and address the root causes of the conflict. Secondly, the international community must take concrete steps to curb the flow of weapons into Syria. This includes enforcing existing arms embargoes and holding those who violate them accountable. Lastly, there needs to be a concerted effort to dismantle extremist groups operating within Syria. This requires close cooperation between regional and international actors, including intelligence sharing and joint military operations. Without a secure environment, reconstruction efforts will be constantly undermined, and the Syrian people will continue to live in fear. Lifting the burden navigating international sanctions. International sanctions, while well-intentioned, have had a devastating impact on the Syrian economy. They have crippled businesses, hindered foreign investment, and made it incredibly difficult for ordinary Syrians to access basic goods and services. While sanctions were imposed to pressure the Syrian government, they have undoubtedly exacerbated the suffering of the Syrian people. Therefore, a reassessment of the sanctions regime is urgently needed. A targeted approach that focuses on easing restrictions on essential goods, supporting the private sector, and encouraging foreign investment is crucial. This approach would allow for economic recovery while maintaining pressure on the Syrian government to engage in meaningful political reforms. Of course, any easing of sanctions must be done cautiously and be contingent on tangible progress towards a political solution. It's a delicate balancing act, but one that is necessary to alleviate the suffering of the Syrian people and pave the way for sustainable reconstruction. The power of participation, empowering Syrian civil society. Civil society organizations have played a vital role throughout the Syrian conflict, providing humanitarian aid, documenting human rights abuses, and advocating for peace. Their grassroots presence and deep understanding of local needs make them indispensable partners in the rebuilding process. Empowering Syrian civil society means providing them with the resources, training, and access they need to effectively contribute to reconstruction efforts. This includes financial support. Direct funding to local NGOs allows them to implement projects tailored to the specific needs of their communities. Capacity building. Providing training and mentorship in areas such as project management, financial administration, and advocacy strengthens their organizational capacity, access, and participation, ensuring that civil society organizations have a seat at the table in decision-making processes related to reconstruction. This includes consultations on reconstruction plans, monitoring of aid distribution, and participation in peace-building initiatives. A vibrant and independent civil society is not only essential for a healthy democracy, but is also crucial for ensuring that reconstruction efforts are transparent, accountable, and truly benefit the Syrian people. Expertise and trust balancing knowledge and public perception. Rebuilding Syria will require tapping into a wide range of expertise. This inevitably means engaging with individuals who served under the previous regime. While they possess valuable technical knowledge and experience, their involvement is fraught with ethical and political complexities. On the one hand, excluding them entirely risks losing valuable expertise and slowing down the reconstruction process. On the other hand, their participation could be perceived as condoning past actions and undermining public trust in the rebuilding process. Therefore, a nuanced approach is needed. Vetting and accountability. A rigorous vetting process should be implemented to identify individuals implicated in human rights abuses or corruption. Those found guilty should be held accountable for their actions. Transparency and public consultation. Decisions regarding the involvement of former officials should be made transparently and in consultation with the Syrian people. Capacity building and knowledge transfer. Efforts should be made to train a new generation of Syrian professionals who can gradually take over key roles in the reconstruction process. This ensures sustainability and reduces reliance on figures from the old regime. Finding the right balance between leveraging existing expertise and building a new, trustworthy system will be crucial for ensuring that reconstruction is both effective and enjoys the support of the Syrian people. A global effort funding and coordinating Syrian reconstruction. The scale of destruction in Syria is immense, with estimates for reconstruction costs ranging in the hundreds of billions of dollars. Such a massive undertaking requires a coordinated and well-funded international effort. This is not just a matter of generosity, it's a strategic imperative. A failed state in the heart of the Middle East would have far-reaching consequences, further destabilizing the region and potentially fueling extremism. A successful funding and coordination mechanism should include a dedicated reconstruction fund. A multilateral fund should be established specifically for Syrian reconstruction. This fund should be managed transparently and with the participation of donor countries, international organizations, and Syrian civil society. Donor conferences. Regular donor conferences should be held to mobilize resources and ensure that funding commitments are met. A clear and transparent framework. A comprehensive framework should be developed that outlines reconstruction priorities, allocation of funds, and mechanisms for monitoring and evaluation. Syrian ownership. While international support is essential, it's crucial that the Syrian people have ownership over the reconstruction process. This means ensuring that their voices are heard, their priorities are reflected, and that they are actively involved in shaping their own future. Healing the wounds, education, and social recovery. The Syrian conflict has left deep scars on the social fabric of the nation. Trauma, displacement, and the breakdown of trust are just some of the challenges that need to be addressed. Investing in education and social recovery is not just about rebuilding schools and hospitals, it's about rebuilding lives and communities. Key priorities should include psychosocial support, providing mental health services to those traumatized by the conflict, particularly children and youth, is essential. Reconciliation and peace building. Initiatives that promote dialogue, understanding, and forgiveness between different communities within Syria are crucial for lasting peace. Education for all. Ensuring that all Syrian children, including refugees and internally displaced persons, have access to quality education is paramount. This includes rebuilding schools, training teachers, and providing educational materials. Skills development and job creation. Providing vocational training and creating job opportunities, particularly for youth, is essential for economic empowerment and social stability. By investing in the well-being of the Syrian people, we are investing in a future where peace, tolerance, and prosperity can flourish. A future forged in hope, centering the Syrian people. Rebuilding Syria is not just about restoring what was lost, it's about creating something better. It's about building a Syria where all citizens have equal rights and opportunities, where the rule of law prevails, and where peace and prosperity reign. This is a monumental task, but it is not insurmountable. The Syrian people have shown incredible resilience and determination throughout years of conflict. They deserve a future free from violence and oppression. It is our collective responsibility, as members of the international community, to stand with them and support their journey towards a brighter tomorrow.
So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and let's turn the page on a new adventure together. Get ready to experience books like never before, only on VBook 360. Like, comment, and share to support the channel and keep the video magic alive. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, every video has a story, and every story deserves to be shared. See you in the next video.